Welcome everyone to your weekly pick a card reading for Monday the 24th to Sunday the 30th of October, or for whenever you come across these messages, as they are timeless. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that these messages resonate and will help you in the week ahead. Okay everyone, we have pole number 1, pole number 2, pole number 3 and pole number 4. For pole number 1 we have the moss agate. Pole number 2 we have the howlite. Pole number 3 we have the rose quartz with the amethyst. And pole number 4 we have the blue quartz. So pick a pole that you feel drawn to, a crystal that you feel drawn to, a pole number or a pole image that you feel drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one pole, please feel free to go ahead and select as many poles as you need to. Let's get started. Welcome pole number 1. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. We have fly free. I receive messages from nature easily. We have the vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. We have follow the leader. The page of wands. The 2 of swords. And the 7 of cups. Just put that like that. Okay, pole number 1, let's get started. So the first card is fly free. I receive messages from nature easily. And isn't that image beautiful? I feel, pole number 1, that you're going to be drawing energy or wisdom or calm from nature. If you have a garden, or if you're in an apartment, put some pot plants around you. But being around nature in whatever capacity, whatever way you can be, I feel will really benefit you this week, pole number 1. And this says I receive messages from nature. And I feel that for some of you, when you will be out on your walk, or when you will be sitting in your garden, or tending to your garden, or whatever it is, I feel that I don't know if it's clarity, but I think some level of understanding will come to you. I also feel when nature comes into readings, I often feel that there's a message of moving more slowly, slowing down, not stopping, but almost taking a moment to smell the roses, taking time to have time for you, I guess is the message that's coming through. I got headspace. So I'm wondering, pole number 1, if this week you're trying to find some headspace. And what I mean by headspace is just moments in your day where you can just have time to think, just have time to be. Now, with Vulture Spirit and the Follow the Leader, you've got the Two of Swords and you've got all these options with the Seven of Cups. The Vulture Spirit says nothing is wasted. And like the vultures in nature, you know, they're kind of like the cleanup system of the world. They clean up the flesh, if you like, of animals that have died, and so they're really beneficial. And this card reminds us that nothing that we go through is wasted. Nothing that we experience is wasted. Now, pole number 1, this is I feel quite a specific message, or I'm being drawn to say basically that it might not be where you all are at the moment. You might be in the middle of the situation, you might be at the very end, you might not have quite reached there, and so therefore you're getting just the heads up now. Whatever position you are in your journey, I feel Spirit is either helping you go through it by saying what you're going through may not be okay. I'm not saying make light of it if you're going through great challenges or difficulties, but know that it's not for nothing. Some of you might be at the very end of your journey and thinking, oh my gosh, what the hell was all that about? Again, it's just Spirit sort of saying, you'll see, is basically what came to me. You'll see. And this is, so you might not be quite there yet, pole number 1. So, and don't be frustrated or basically just frustrated about it. Just understand that you will get to a point of your journey where you will see what it was all for, is basically what I'm trying to say. What I've taken the long way around of saying. But again, it will apply to you all a bit differently. Now you have Follow the Leader, and coming, you know, following this nothing is wasted. I feel for some of you, you have followed somebody's lead. For others, you've followed your own lead. And I'm almost getting the image that you've come so far and now you can't see your way around or through a situation. And so you're feeling that your trust in the person, if you followed a person, your trust in yourself, if you went your own way, you're actually starting to doubt that, because For those of you that have followed somebody, you're starting to think you shouldn't have. For those that you have taken your own path, you're starting to think you should have listened to others. Now, this card for me today in your reading is just telling me that doubts have set in. And that your journey is likely to change. Now, the 4 on this card, the 4 is all about organization, it's planning, it's focus, it's commitment, it's your security and your stability. And I feel that that's why you feel doubtful. And I feel that for some of you, maybe a lot of you, those of you that have gone out alone, I feel like there's people coming in to help you, to reset you on your path. And for those of you that have followed the advice of others, or now it's time for you to set off on your own. So I think there's going to be this switch around. And it's not to say that those of you that went out alone should have followed others, and vice versa. It's not that at all. It's the beginning of your journey needed to happen the way exactly as it did. But now there's going to be a bit of a change. And that could be a bit of a change in direction. It could be a bit of just a change in how you do things. And remember, for those of you that are going alone, when I mean alone, I mean just with other people in the tangible world. But when you go it alone, you've got your inner wisdom and you've got Source, Spirit, God, the universe guiding you as well. So it's just a matter of, you know, slowing down and paying attention and really listening to that. And that's why sometimes we have to do our journey alone, because it's by being alone or following what we believe, that's when we can hear the guidance of the universe better. But again, it's not always like that. We don't always have to follow a path completely on our own. We need to know when we can let people in, when we can let people guide us and help us on our way. And I'm wondering if that's what this 7 of Cups is for you, pole number 1. If this is really looking into your feelings, your emotions, your guidance, and seeing, okay, what do I need now? Is my soul calling me to go a different direction than the people I've been following or listening to or gaining guidance from? Have I done as much of my path alone now, and now do I need to let people in so they can help me? So I have different ideas coming in, different opinions, which then will set me, you know, will give me different perspectives almost. Now the card says, make a choice. Stop procrastinating or overanalyzing. Get clarity on what you desire and move forward. Too many opinions, addictions. Now for you in this reading, pole number 1, I feel there is some conflict in your decisions, in your choices. Thank you, that's what I was trying to say. And that's because they lead in different ways. So you've got, I feel like you've got a lot of choices, or maybe just a lot of decisions to make. Or I'm even being told this could be things to say no thank you to. You know, maybe there's a lot of things that you want to change, or those options no longer suit you, and you're going through them deciding no, yes, yes, no, no, yes, no, you know, kind of thing. You're kind of eliminating what no longer serves you on this path. And this can be, I mean, this cups is your emotions, but I'm also, with the swords here, I'm also getting a feeling, actually, with the wands as well. Actually, that's beautiful, because I'm getting a feeling that it's almost like your emotions are going to guide you to a new way of thinking, and also new goals and dreams. And let's have a look at these two, and then I might come back to the Seven of Cups. But you have the Page of Wands and the Two of Swords. Now the pages for me is all about the potential. So it's basically, the page has just taken the Ace of Wands. He has accepted the gift from the universe, and the wands is all about your passion, your soul, doing things that really light you up. And the page has taken the Ace of Wands and is now looking at it going, right, okay, what can I do with this? How do I move forward? What's the plan? And it's almost the stage of planning, visualizing. The Knight will then take action on that, but the page is at the very beginning. The page can even be just understanding what this gift is. Like, you know, he's really looking at it, and he's kind of looking at the sprout, like how the wand has sprouted, almost looking at, okay, what can come of that? And I feel that with the Two of Swords pole number one, it's like saying, okay, well, now that I've grabbed this new possibility, this new potential, this new gift from the universe, a gift from my soul, something that really lights me up, and it's generally a different direction or a different goal or dream. Now I'm not sure where I'm headed. I'm not sure where I'm going. I'm not sure what to do with it. And these are your choices. The Seven of Cups is the choices that you have. And it comes back to that eliminating what doesn't serve. And I feel pole number one, this vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. You might look at some of these options, and some might need to be let go of. But you might look at them and go, well, I worked really hard to get there. Like, it cost me to get there. If I let that go, that journey was for nothing. A vulture spirit saying, no, nothing is ever wasted. There is never a journey that you can do, pole number one, never a journey that any of us could do that leads us to nothing. Now, it might lead to nothing in this physical world, but how have you gained wisdom or knowledge or understanding? Every journey changes us on some level. I feel, pole number one, it's something that you understand completely, but it's not always easy to accept. And I totally agree with you there. It's when we have forged a path and we've gotten so far, and then we feel like, oh my gosh, this is an opportunity though, pole number one. That's why you've taken it. You're going to, and if you haven't yet, you will. Even though it sets you on a different way and you will feel that everything that you've done up to that point is lost, Spirit's saying it's not. That's what brought this opportunity. And this opportunity can look nothing like your previous journey. So you might not even link the two. You might say, well, what I've just done has got nothing to do with this. You might have been working on your career and you have found the love of your life. Now, the two don't seem connected, but somehow if you hadn't taken this path, you wouldn't have found that love. It could be the other way around. You know, it can be on multiple levels. But nothing is wasted. And go out into nature as much as you can. Surround yourself by plants. And I also feel, you know, the card says fly free. I almost feel like that's the universe saying, go for it, pole number one. Just go for it. And when you get scared, ground yourself. Go out into nature and just ground yourself. But fly free, my friends. It's all, I really feel like saying, take a chance. I'm going to leave you with those messages, pole number one. Love and light, my friends. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, pole number two. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. Actually, I picked up my pole back the front, so that should go like that. And the Seven of Pentacles, so I'll go like this. We have Shield of Crystals and I am loved and protected. We have the White Raven Spirit, trust in magic, in the magic, I love that. And we have make a choice. Very much so, pole number two. Okay, let's have a look. So pole number two, you start with Shield of Crystals. I am loved and protected. Isn't that pretty? I was just looking at the image of this card and I just got, you are so blessed. But I fully acknowledge, pole number two, that you may not feel that way. And I feel tears. And I don't know, for some of you it might be sadness, but I'm also getting, you know, when somebody says something and it really touches you and you tear up. It's not that you full on cry or anything, but you might. But you just kind of get teary. That's how I'm feeling. That's the energy I'm feeling from you, pole number two. You're really protected. You're being looked after. You're not alone. And I know that some of you really are. And when I mean alone, you might be alone in your ideas. You might be alone in what you're trying to achieve. You might be alone physically. I get they just don't understand. And you know, pole number two, when you have that feeling of nobody understands, nobody gets me, you know, that means you're on your path. That means you're on your authentic inner soul's path. I'm feeling some of you haven't met your tribe yet. I feel some of you, you really, along the timeline of your journey, pole number 2, you're all really at different stages. I don't feel a beginning coming on. I don't feel an ending coming on. So you're kind of in that, you've either just started or you're kind of in the middle bit. Some of you might be approaching the end, but it's not there yet. And it's that time where trust and believing in yourself and in what you're trying to do, your dreams, your goals, trusting in spirit and God, the universe, will really, really help you. I feel drawn, pole number 2, to say, light candles, say your prayers or meditate or whatever you do to feel connected to your soul, but also to spirit, God, the universe, source. This might even be a good affirmation for you. I am loved and protected. If you love crystals, use them. Whatever you can do to make yourself feel safe, but I'm not saying that you're not safe in the world, but to make you feel safe with your choices, to make you feel, just to increase your trust, or to not increase your trust, but to eliminate the doubts and to go back to that place of, I know it doesn't make sense to the outer world, but it makes sense to me on such a deep level. I must move forward. I need to move forward. The feeling I'm getting for you, pole number 2, is you have to move forward. And we don't have to do anything. But I feel this pull is so strong that you can't ignore it. And when the pull is strong like that and nobody else gets it, kind of makes you feel like, oh my gosh, am I just crazy? Like, what am I thinking? Where, you know, how far am I going to take this? What am I doing with this? You have the white raven spirit. Trust in the magic. And I'm almost feeling the white raven spirit is here in your reading, pole number 2, to remind you, because I feel that you do trust in the magic. You have been trusting in the universe. You've been trusting in your own magnificence, and that's not in an ego way. That's not thinking that you are just everything, but just truly understanding all that you are. And when you understand all that you are, you know, we realize that we are perfect in our imperfectionness, if that's such a word. But you know, I'm sure, pole number 2, you know what I mean. You have felt the magic. You have felt the drive. That's why you're on this path. And you may have fallen off it, or you may have stopped. That's okay. That's okay. More clarity's coming. And I feel clarity's coming when you trust again, when you find that place inside you that started you on this journey. And it's not to say the journey is going to stay the same. The journey might actually change. And that's maybe why you're at a bit of a crossroads, or you're feeling a little bit doubtful, or you're feeling that you've lost a bit of that trust, that belief in yourself that has gotten you this far. There's more to come, pole number 2. There's definitely more to come. And you are so ready for it and so capable to see this journey to the very end. And then you have making a choice. Now I love that this card is with the number 3, because the 3 is a very social number. The 3 is the number of joy. It's pleasure, happiness, optimism. It's sharing your feelings, it's connecting with others, and it's also the number of creativity. So I feel that Spirit's saying, pole number 2, wait here until you can make this choice with an open, joyous heart. This choice that you might not even see what choices are ahead of you yet. But it's in finding that joy again, tapping back into your creativity. If you've been isolating yourself, socialize again. Meet up with friends, even if they don't understand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Find things that bring you joy. Because the decision, and it might even be the idea, comes to you when you're in that energy of creation. You know, that's creativity, that's doing your craft, whatever that may be. And it's when you're optimistic and uplifted. You know, when we are in that space, our vibration is high. And then we tend to make good decisions for us, for ourselves. And I'm being told that there's no bad decisions, pole number 2. Every decision we make moves us forward or teaches us something. And either way we win. So I'm being asked to say, view every choice you need to make, every decision, every dilemma as an opportunity, as a win-win situation. And I feel Spirit saying, if you can view your choices like that, you'll never lose. There's never anything to lose. We might have to let go of things, but they were things that down the track we'll realise couldn't come with us. And I feel with the 7 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, I actually like these 2 cards together in your reading, pole number 2, very much, because the 7 of Pentacles is very much looking at the work that you have done and asking yourself, do I still want to do this? do I still want to cultivate this? Am I still passionate about it? Am I still drawn to it? Am I reaping what I've sowed, or am I just putting in a lot of work and not getting much back? Do I want to take this seed, this pentacle, like the Ace of Pentacles, and do I want to set off in a new direction? And this is actually pole number 2. If you're drawn to pole number 1, please watch it, because they were also you know, being asked to acknowledge sometimes that the path that we have taken till now is not for nothing. Even if we decide to leave all this behind and head off in a new direction, all this has taught us something. We have gained something from it. So it's never wasted. And I feel pole number 2, maybe that's why you're not, that's maybe where the doubts have come in, and that's maybe where you've lost that trust and that belief, because you're looking at everything you've done, and yet the Queen of Swords, which is clarity, she's looking in the other direction. It's almost like it's time to leave that behind and move forward. So you might find, pole number 2, that this is not a new journey, but there's a kink in the road that sets you off in a new direction. So the goal might still be the same, but it just might take a different turn. And I feel that's because the Queen for me is a receptive energy. The Queens are very much in that feminine energy of being, and this is just energies. This is not, regardless of whether you're male or female. And I feel that the Queen of Swords here is receiving knowledge, information, insight, clarity. And she's even got her hand outstretched as if, thank you, I'll take what you can offer me. I'll take the wisdom, I'll take the clarity, I'll take the new understanding, and I'll allow it to move me forward. She's not afraid as well with the sword upright like that, but she's holding it very calmly. She's not waving it around. Once she receives the clarity, she's not afraid to cut out what no longer serves her. And this is her ideas, this is her old beliefs, old habits and patterns. And then it manifests in our physical world with leaving situations, family, friends, partners, jobs, lifestyles. I'm not saying that you're leaving everything, pole number 2, but there will be a sense of cutting out what no longer serves you, what no longer can be taken on the next journey. And you have the 3 of Pentacles, and the card says, do what you love. Recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors. Being paid well for your craft. Working well with others. An excellent reputation. And for me, in this reading for you, pole number 2, it is very much you doing what you love. And this is getting lost in what you do, and time passing, and suddenly you realize, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten all day. Oh my gosh, where did the time go? And this is different for all of us because we are so different. And this can be artistic. This can be, you know, mathematicians lose themselves in their equations because it's their love, it's their passion. You know, you might be a teacher. You could be anything. You could be a mother or a father, and that's your passion, and you lose yourself in it. And when I mean you lose yourself in it, I don't mean that you're not you. You're not authentic anymore. What I mean by losing yourself in it is time going past. The physical lapse of time doesn't seem logical. You feel that you've been doing it for an hour and you've just spent 5 hours doing it. It's that kind of thing where I say you lose yourself in it. This is beautiful, pole number 2. This is following your soul's calling, your inner path, what your soul came here on earth to do. And I'm just got the message, if you don't know what that is yet, you will. The clarity will come. I'm going to leave you with those messages, pole number 2. Love and light, my friends. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome, pole number 3. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. Actually, I'll take them around the right way. So we have freeze it. I freeze what I no longer want. We have Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery, isn't it just? We have commitment. Beautiful. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Lovely. And we have the King of Swords. And this King of Swords always makes me laugh, because doesn't he just look so bored? Just looks so fed up, doesn't he? Oh, we can all feel like that. I laugh, but it's not a comfortable place to be, is it, everybody? Okay, pole number 3. So your first card is freeze it. I freeze what I no longer want. Now, I find this so interesting, because when we have cooked a meal and we've just cooked too much, we'll often put it into containers and we'll put it in the freezer for another time. And I almost feel that's what this energy is asking you to do. And interestingly enough, it's almost like put things on hold. Don't give up on them. And I feel like don't give up on your commitments. Just pause. See what comes. And Spirit has just said, freeze it doesn't mean freeze people out. So that's an important message for some of you. Don't freeze yourself out. Don't freeze others out. It's not that energy at all. It's almost an energy of you've been doing. And now you need to hit the pause button. So pole number 3, actually I'll just show you the back. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a ice. It looks like the moon with ice in it, doesn't it? So I feel, pole number 3, that maybe you've moved too fast and the universe is now trying to catch up with you. Now, I know that how can I explain this? Because Spirit just said to me, the universe never needs to catch up. The universe can make anything happen whenever it wants. But this is where our free will comes into it. And when we have free will, well, somebody might change their mind. Something better might happen. Something different might happen to others that changes how everything filters through. Now, if we're charging off ahead in one direction, we can miss what's changed and evolved over here because we're just too busy head down, bottom up, and we're, forging ahead. So there's a sense of slow down, pole number 3. And I feel with the Bobcat spirit and with life is a mystery, I really feel that you don't know everything yet. You don't have all the information. And with this King of Swords, and because, he just looks so bored, it's like, oh, here we go again. I just feel that you think you know exactly where you're headed, what you're doing. I'm not saying that you know it all. It's not that energy at all. But I feel that there's a sense of, yep, I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it. I'm on a roll. I just got to get it done. But I'm wondering if you've lost some of the passion behind it. I'm wondering if you've received so much information that it kind of got you started and now you're just rolling on that. But Bobcat spirit with this life is a mystery, I feel like Spirit saying to you, pole number 3, hang on a minute. That information's only going to get you so far. There are mysteries still unfolding for you. There are things that you don't know. And I feel that's why the Ace of Pentacles is here, is I feel like there's going to be a new offer. There's going to be a new opportunity. And I feel that this new opportunity is not going to work well right now for what you, or for the direction you were heading in. And Spirit's saying, you have this dream and goal. Great. And now you've got this opportunity, but it doesn't seem to line up. Spirit saying this one that you've been on the path to is a long-term goal. It's a long-term dream. And it will take time. Put it on hold. Press the pause button on that. See what this opportunity is. So basically, this is so interesting, pole number 3. This is such a great reading, because generally when a new opportunity comes in, it's to sever the ties with the old path that's gotten us as far as we need to be, and now we're heading in a new path. And it's time to let go. But Spirit here is saying, don't let go of that dream or that goal. We just need to freeze it. We just need to put it on hold, put it on pause. There's something else. I feel possibly more short term. And I'm wondering if this is going to lead you to gain different experiences that will then maybe bring this dream and goal that you've put on pause quicker. Can this dream and goal not happen right now because there's something else you need to learn, there's something else you need to achieve, there's something else calling for you, but you're so on this path, and rightly so, pole number 3. That's what Spirit really wants me to make really, really clear to you. Rightly so. That path is your soul's path. But Spirit wants you to take a little detour, because on this detour, I think there's great things. Like, you're going to be so happy. There might even be love. There might be some connections. And then you can move forward again on your other path. So we've got Pentacles, we've got Swords. This commitment card, I see it almost like the Wands, when we really commit to a soul calling. With the hearts on the card, I feel like that's your heart chakra, that's your soul. So this is opportunities in the real world. This is resources, money, jobs, experiences, but in the tangible world that are coming to you. Pole number 3. Swords is clarity and insight and understanding, knowledge, wisdom. And then you've got this soul journey. So this little detour that you're taking is going to be maybe for all these things, or for one of them, or for a couple of them, depending what your journey is. Some of you need to gain wisdom and insight and a different understanding in order to continue. Some of you need, I feel, a partnership. So it can be romantic, it can be business, it can be your soul family, your soul tribe, that will then help you on your path. Some of you, it'll be money, it'll be a job, it'll be a resource of some sort. It can even be an opportunity to move or something like that, but it's something that comes in this tangible world that then allows you to move forward on your original dream and goal. So please don't decide, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to forget about this. Don't forget about it. Just put it on pause. Just keep it in the back of your mind. Just keep it on that back burner, what we say sometimes, and then fire this up and see where this is going to go. Because you have commitment now, as I mentioned earlier, and I'm just seeing like that's just makes me feel like that's your inner light, your soul. So this can be a soul connection. So like I said earlier, it can be romantic, it can be business, it can be friends, family, and this can be reconnecting, this can be new connections, but there's commitment in this. And I feel that maybe this detour is going to recommit you in a different way to this path. It's going to make, or it might make your commitment to this path easier somehow. I feel Spirit's helping you. The universe is coming in. You know, you've got the Queen and she's very receptive. And I feel like, you know, this could even be like, you know, the hand of God, the hand of the universe reaching out saying, come, I'll help you. I've got you. It can be people as well. Or just situations that give you that helping hand. But there'll be commitment in it. So if you're not committing to people or jobs or situations, I just feel that whatever this is will help you commit even more profoundly to this soul path that you're on. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel that you've been asking for help, for guidance, for resources, for assistance on any level. And this is in the tangible world. The Pentacles are our tangible world. They're resources in our tangible world. They're things that help us in our real life. And I feel that you've been asking, and I feel that you've been patiently waiting. I'm wondering now, actually, pole number 3, if some of you are getting ready to give up on this dream because you've been so patiently waiting. And because nothing has been coming, you've started to doubt whether this really was your soul path, your inner calling. And I'm wondering if you've been wondering if you should let it go, if you should give it up and start looking at other things. And I think this is why this message has come through for you, pole number 3, because there's something coming. The aces are a gift from the universe, and this is money, and this is help in the real world. Again, it's a pentacle, but you need to take it. And you're being in this energy, you know, she has her back to the Ace of Pentacles, and it's not that you're not going to see it. You see it when it comes. You will see it, pole number 3, 1000%. But you're in this energy of contemplation. It's like, that is not taking me on my soul's path. So you're really torn between, did I get that feeling wrong? It was such a deep energy within me calling me to do this journey. Did I misunderstand it? Did I get it wrong? And you've been asking for help to continue on this journey, and the help that you have received or will be receiving doesn't align. Pole number 3, put your main dream, your main goal, your soul calling on hold for a moment. Take this opportunity, because it's going to guide you in a roundabout way. Because I feel Spirit saying from where you are now, you cannot access it. It's too much of a jump. And sometimes we are called to do that leap of faith. But, you know, Spirit doesn't want us to put ourselves in a situation, you know, here of not danger, but a situation where, you know, our security is in jeopardy, if you like. So let me give you an example. If you want to, say you've decided that you want to live somewhere else. Now, okay, you're being called to get up and move, but what if you don't have the resources? What if you don't have a home? What if you don't have... So there's all these tangible resources in our practical day-to-day life that you don't have. Spirit seems to acknowledge that that leap to just get up and move is too big. And Spirit knows that you won't do it because the human part of you cannot. And so it's sending you on a roundabout way where you will access what you need to access to get back on your path. And Ace of Pentacles is beautiful. It's not nothing. You know, there's abundance in the Ace of Pentacles. There's resources. There's, you know, taking that seed and planting it. And I feel that with this, I'll read the King of Swords. It says, intelligent, impartial, respected, stoic, receiving wise advice, remaining objective and fair-minded, public speaking, communicate clearly, unemotional relationships, or being emotionally unavailable. And maybe that's the energy actually that he's giving off, is just being unemotionally available, just unemotional for things. These connections, these commitments that are coming in are going to ask you to be available. To not think that where you are now, you just have to keep fighting or forging or making yourself go down that path. Spirit doesn't want you to. And we all have free will. Everybody, we have pole number 3, we have free will. We can do it how we like, but I feel that if you take this opportunity, it's a beautiful opportunity. It will take you a roundabout way, but there'll be so much that you will gain from this, and then it makes your journey easier. So it's I want to say it's a no-brainer, pile number 3. Taking this opportunity, I want to say jump on it, and just know that you're not leaving behind, you're not discarding your original goal or dream. You're just finding a different way, a better way to get there. What a message, pole number 3. Good luck, my friends, with your journey. I'm going to leave you with those messages. Love and light, pole number 3. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye. Welcome, pole number 4. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you for this week. So we have flying broom. I can let go of my mistakes. We have turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. We have protecting treasure. We have the 9 of cups. Beautiful. We have the magician. Gorgeous. And the queen of pentacles. The queen of wands. Beautiful. Okay, pole number 4. Your first card is flying broom. I can let go of my mistakes. Now I feel this card is twofold. I feel that it's asking you to forgive yourself on some level. We all make mistakes. When we acknowledge all parts of ourselves, all parts, the part that can sometimes be nasty, the part that can sometimes be so giving, the part that can just be so angry, the part that can be resentful, the part of us that can be just pure joy. When we acknowledge it all, when we are all made up of everything. You can't have one thing without the other, because you wouldn't know what that thing is. And so what I mean by that is, if you didn't know what happiness was, you couldn't have sadness, and vice versa, because one doesn't mean anything without the other. We wouldn't know what it is. It would just be a natural state. But if we've got nothing to compare it to, how do we know what it is? So I feel for you, pole number 4, there's forgiveness of self here. But with flying broom, I also feel there's jumping card. I also feel there's a sense of magic and awe in you. And I really feel, pole number 4, you're really starting to see, or you've been really seeing, the duality in you. How you are this magical being with so much kindness and love. But you're also a being that can spit insults and really hurt and wound. And you're starting to see how it's you, and it's not good or bad. And I feel there's an acceptance here. There's an acceptance of the magic in you, and also the shadow in you, the light and the dark. And I'm feeling drawn to say, you know, it's like the story of the two wolves. And that's often not told properly, because the two wolves, it says, well, which one do you choose to feed? And the way people explain it is, if you feed the shadow side, it will be stronger. If you feed the light wolf, it will be stronger. But in actual fact, the wolf that we don't feed is the one that gets stronger. I'll give you an example. Imagine you're somewhere wonderful. Okay, let's say that you've gone on a tropical holiday, all the trimmings, all the luxury, everything is at your disposal. At your disposal, everything. You can have massages when you want, you can have all the activities, there's swimming pools, there's everything. The one thing that you can't do is eat. Very soon, all the magic that is around you will be eclipsed by your hunger, because it's not being fed, so it becomes the loudest. When we suppress our anger or our sadness, it bubbles up at the most unexpected times, because it's being ignored. It's not being fed. Now, how do we feed these energies? We feed them by acknowledging them. How do you feed your anger? How do you feed your shadow side? You feed your anger by saying, I'm angry. Not by saying, oh, I shouldn't be angry. No, I should be happy all the time. I should be vibrating high. Acknowledge, I'm angry. That person made me hopping mad. Doesn't mean you have to do anything with it. Doesn't mean you have to act upon it. But you have to be it. You have to acknowledge it. You have to accept that that makes up who you are. Now, pole number 4, the reason why that was, I mean, that's a lot of time to spend on just one card, but this sets up the rest of your reading. Because when you forgive yourself, pole number 4, when you acknowledge both your light and dark, when you acknowledge all of you completely and utterly and accept it and love it, we can then give with gratitude and grace. And that's what Turkey Spirit's asking. Give with gratitude and grace. Don't just give because that's what you're used to doing. Don't just give out of duty. Don't give because it's the right thing to do. Don't give of yourself more than you can. This is balance. This is the balance of when you're angry, you know, we think the best way out of that is to plaster a smile on our face and to just get on with it. Be happy. You should be more enlightened than that. Just get over it. But that's damaging and it's a lie. And then how can we trust ourselves when we lie to ourselves like that all the time? But what if in the moment, you know, if you find yourself in front of somebody, just say, look, I just need to take a step back, or this is making me angry. Let's come back to it when I've calmed down. But you need to acknowledge, even if you just acknowledge the anger to yourself, you know, if you're on the telephone with somebody, finish the conversation as soon as you can. And then if you can, sit for a moment and go, oh my gosh, they made me so angry. You might be making yourself angry. Oh, why did I do that? I'm such an idiot. Blah, 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 blah. Sit with it when you can. If you can't right at that moment, please remember to come back to it and go, okay, that made me so mad. And acknowledge, rightly so. But then look at the part you played in it. No, this is where being honest with yourself comes in. Look at why something triggered you so much. That's what inner work is. That's what shadow work is. It's not pushing the shadow side away or burying it. It's actually acknowledging that it's there and living with it. Your next card is protecting treasure. Look at the rainbow in this card. And it doesn't come up all the time. It just depends on how the light catches it. I think that's truly magical, truly beautiful. Now, you're protecting treasure, pole number 4. Now, for some of you, I feel that you're trying to protect yourself from maybe these emotions. Maybe you're trying to, you feel you need protecting from the way that you talk to yourself, from your shadow side, from when it rears up. You might be feeling really triggered at the moment. It's just asking you to look deep inside of you. So that's the, if I may say, the superficial message for this card. But the deeper message, pole number 4, is that you're protecting treasure. This is you. Do you have a dream or goal that people don't understand? Or is it so out there that you haven't even talked to others about it yet because you just feel that it's, the first word that came to my mind is it's stupid. So I'm not sure if some of you have said that to yourself. It's stupid. What am I even, this is ridiculous. And I feel that Spirit's saying, trust in it. Trust in this little light that has, look at this little light down here. You know, trust in this. Oh, actually, it's not a little light. It's actually a diamond. I'm not sure if you can see that. But trust in what you're, I feel like it's just at the very beginning, like this little light that has illuminated in you, that has just lit up, and you want to see what it is. But you're scared that others will react poorly, and you're also scared because that little light is buried so deep in you, you have to do your shadow work in order to access it. And the tarot is basically telling you why you might want to follow this journey, pole number 4. Why it's causing you such a dilemma. It's because it's so worth it. It's so true. It's fulfilling. You have the 9 of Cups and the Magician. It's like, wowee. And I kind of like, you know, this hand is, I mean, I know it's pointing up. Well, it's pointing up to your treasure, isn't it? And that's what your treasure is. The 9 of Cups. This is fulfillment. This is success. And then I feel he's pointing down almost to the Queen of Wands. And she is all about her passions. It's your soul. What drives you? what lights you up. I get the feeling some of you are at that manifesting stage, but you're not quite sure how to go about it. And I'm wondering if some of you are actually trying to go about it in the 3D world. So you're trying to manifest by doing a lot. You know, you might even be thinking, oh, I need to manifest more money, so I'm going to work more, I'm going to get a second job, or I'm going to just go for jobs that pay me more, something along those lines. But this manifesting, your cups is your emotions. And this is manifesting from the inside of you. And manifesting what fulfills you. By manifesting what fulfills you, the treasure will come, the resources, the money, the people, all the rest will come. The magician has all the elements on his table. He has the pentacles, the cups, the source, and the wands. So he manifests from all those levels. So he manifests new ideas that drive him, you know, new ideas for his, you know, he's got a soul calling with the wands. He gets the idea of how to move ahead on it. He feels fulfilled, and his emotions are good because, you know, he just feels he's fulfilled. And then the resources come in. So it's abundance on all levels. It's creation on all levels. And the magician is the major arcana, which is the universe stepping in, the universe doing its bit for us. So this is the universe helping you manifest, guiding you to manifest. And this path, pole number 4, leads you to the 9 of Cups. This is fulfillment. It's not the 10 of Cups, so it's maybe not all your fulfillment, but it's definitely success. You're definitely on your way. It also says don't get comfortable. There's still more to do. There's more to achieve. There will be other paths, but this path leads you to that. There's a level of comfort here. You also have the Queen of Wands, and the card says brilliant, talented, independent, controlling. There is nothing you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. The need to balance between career and personal life. And I feel with this card, your need is to balance. So it says here career and personal life. I'm feeling the outer world and your inner world. How you give. Do you allow yourself to receive? How you talk to yourself, how you forgive yourself. Know, pole number 4, that your mistakes teach you something. Your mistakes show you what you don't know. Your mistakes are some of your biggest guiding moments. This path that you're on that is really asking you to dig deep inside of you, to look at both your light and your shadow side, to look at how you give and receive, to look at this inner light, that it's a treasure inside of you that you've just seen, or you've just felt even at this stage. The Queen of Wands is here to say, that's your soul. This is the soul calling, pole number 4. And some of you are just right at the very beginning. Some of you are halfway through and you've lost a bit your way. Or, you know, pole number 4, I feel that when we're on our journey, And I can talk specifically, you know, very much from my own. I got to a point where I just found that I was making mistake after mistake after mistake. I just found that every decision I made seemed to be wrong. But hindsight, which is such a blessing, it's just a shame that it comes sometimes so long after the event. But when we are aware, we can see hindsight, and we can see how, oh my gosh, all those mistakes actually weren't. They weren't. For me, they gave me clarity, because then it was almost like, well, that was a mistake. Well, okay, then, well, now I know that's not where I need to be or what I want. You know, and then I'd get on to the next mistake, and it'll be like, okay, perfect. And it was almost, for me, it was almost like a course of elimination to get me to where I really understood what I wanted, which is what I wanted all along. And we have to forgive ourselves that. We have to forgive ourselves for not knowing. We don't know everything. Oh, love and light, my friends. Pole number 4, what a beautiful reading. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind. I'm going to leave you with those messages. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.